Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Jesse, your DM.
Cody playing Lazarus.
Brennan playing Diz.
Mike playing Nim.
Britt playing Kenna.
And we are Double Doubles and Dragons. We're a group of goofy Canadians that have gotten together to play a little D&D. Sometimes we will say things that are inoffensive. We mean them as jokes, of course, and they're certainly funny to us, but some people may find this offensive. If you do, we apologize, but we don't want any hate mail about it. So just don't listen, okay? Let's jump right into the action. All right, everybody, welcome back. So, Kenna is in trouble. I don't want to give too much more than that because we'll get right back into it, but she is a bat and she is fleeing horrible creatures that have come out of some of the guards. She came out of the room, took a right, and is flying down the hallway just as fast as her little bat wings will take her. So, since you're obviously far away from the creatures, and it doesn't seem like they're shambling after you at a particularly aggressive speed. You fly down, continuing down that direction for a couple more moments, before you see another guard kind of running down the hallway in that direction. Seems normal-ish, you know, as normal as any guard is, really. And he's just kind of flying towards you, but as he kind of sees the bat, he kind of starts, like, he's got a little pike, and he's kind of like... doing the, it's a bat. But it's up to you what you want to do with that. Keep flying or whatever.
And it's just the single guard I see?
Yeah, it's just one guy. He was running down the hallway towards
the scream.
The commotion.
And he looks normal.
Yes.
Okay. I would try to signal to him in bat form to, like, turn around and run as best as I can.
How do you do that exactly?
Squeak at him a lot, and then, like, point with my little bat wing as I'm fluttering in place.
Okay.
Maybe even do a little, like, whoop.
You roll performance with the bat's performance, whatever that is.
Bat charisma. Yeah, what's your bat charisma?
I'd let you use your own charisma, but it's really the bat that has to get the point across.
8.
Nice.
Okay, and we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Okay. He sees you coming towards him, and he starts kind of like waving the pike in the air, like, oh god, giant bat. And then you're kind of like desperately trying to get his attention. You're like pointing with your wing. And he does have that moment where he just kind of like stops and he's like looking at you a little funny. He doesn't like run, but he's not attacking you anymore. Just something, he gets the impression that something is weird with this bat, but he's not running. He's just kind of standing there now.
So now I'm gonna, like, fly past him a little bit and squeak and do the, like, with a bat wing.
Okay. I mean, he kind of got your first one.
And this is a simpler motion.
That's true. So yeah, he stops for a moment and he sees you like fly past him and like wave him the other direction. And he kind of like, you can see him kind of shake his head like he just knows like this is going to sound so stupid, but he just like calls up to you. He's like, bat, I have to go check on a scream, but there's more guards coming. So... Good luck, bat. And he just kind of like starts running down the hallway again.
How far am I from the door? Can I see it at this point?
No, you've been kind of flying full tilt. You'll be at the end of this hallway soon.
Do I hear other guards yet?
Yeah, there's yelling coming down the hallway.
Okay.
There's a fair amount of commotion, actually. Like, it sounds like maybe, you know, like something else is going on.
Oh.
Shapeshift or stay shifted? That is the question.
I mean, you might as well.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a second to think about that.
Okay.
While we talk to the others.
Okay.
So, Nim, Dis, Lazarus. Lazarus, we'll start with you. You've been standing by Wallace's door, and you've been beginning to hear some weird sounds from the house itself. There's been, you've been kind of hearing, like, loud shouts, like maybe some people are having an argument. That's the kind of general impression you've been getting, but over time, that kind of, like, oh, people are having arguments, that's kind of weird, has been getting louder, and you're starting to hear yelling from, like, different hallways.
Is there any guards, like, posted nearby, of course.
Yeah, there's several in the main open entryway. And some of them are kind of looking around a little confused as well.
Is like any of them going to like check? Or
some of them are kind of starting to like signal to each other that like some people could check it out, and some of them are starting to bleed off into the other hallways.
like where's the staircase from Wallace's door?
Straight down in front of you.
Oh, well then I guess I'll just kind of like poke my head over. If I go over down the staircase and like, listen over the edge, do I hear more?
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, as you move away from Wallace's door, it gets a little louder because kind of as you start going down the stairs, you can hear more from like the lower hallways as well. And yeah, there just seems to be a lot of commotion, really. There's some people yelling. You do get faint words here and there, like we have to do something or quick form up, stuff like that. And there's just something's not right.
Alright, something's not right.
Something's amiss.
You did also hear from Kenna that Nim and Dish should be arriving soon, but so far the front doors haven't opened yet.
Also, you know that Kenna went to the dungeons.
Yes, you do. There may be 2 people in danger.
Yeah, so I suppose I just kind of give a quick signal to the guards that I'll go.
Okay.
Like, just the ones in that atrium area?
Yeah, where are you going? Like, where do you indicate to them you're going to go?
I'm just going to go down the staircase. I'm going to go check things out.
Okay. So yeah, you proceed down the staircase, I guess down to that kind of main front room. And you definitely hear a lot more sounds coming from the other hallways. If you look to your right, down that hallway that stretches across kind of like the front of the house, that first set of rooms, you do hear somebody down there scream something that sounds an awful lot like, "Oh my God!" and then it just kind of gets cut off.
What's guards in the immediate area again at the bottom of the stairs?
Still looking around fairly alarmed, but there definitely seems to be a communication breakdown. Nobody seems really sure what to be doing.
Alright. I'll signal, like, whatever the closest guard, more in Wallace's room, and I'm gonna just start heading down that hall.
Okay, so you're gonna start heading down that front hallway.
That cutoff was.
Yeah, for sure. So you start heading down that way and you tell people to guard Wallace's room. So as you begin heading down that hallway, we'll jump out to the 2 that are out front. So both of you guys are getting ready you're going through this process of getting checked in, getting patted down. The guards are being very, careful and kind of, at one point they're kind of looking at the weapons you have and, they're giving you looks like, look at all these weapons. But overall, they're just, they know they're supposed to let you in. Interestingly enough, you guys outside hear absolutely nothing. Everything seems perfectly peaceful. There's not a whole lot going on. Everybody's moving, like, not quickly, but, like, they're moving in a practiced way of searching through. And, yeah, they're just kind of making small talk. They're like, yeah, so you guys worried about Wallace wanting to see you? The guy's just trying to...
No. I'm worried about the people who attacked. I'm still, like, super angry looking.
Yeah, and the guy, he definitely, like, kind of takes, like, that little bit of a lean back. He's like, yeah, it's pretty intense, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get him. And anybody who stands in our way.
I mean, yeah, that's what we're here for, right? Yeah, we should all be so dedicated.
You're right.
He's just here for the paycheck, man.
So yeah, Lazarus, you've gone down that hallway. The 2 of you are cleared to go into the house. And I kind of want to set up the scenario for you. So, Lazarus, you've gone down that hallway, and the screams were coming from one of the rooms a little bit further down. So you've kind of cut into that room. Inside that room, you see 3 bodies that are definitely dead. Like, ripped apart dead. As you kind of look at that and realize, that's a bit weird, you hear a soft, and then your vision just goes black.
Con save, I take it?
No, it's just,
okay.
just the blast for whatever reason for you.
Okay.
Sorry, let me check my note real quick.
Oh no, it turns out you died.
No, you are right. You can do the con save for that one.
Well, should have kept my mouth shut.
There's a couple of different things going on. I just need to make sure what's in each room.
Does Lazarus use his inspiration instantly?
Who would use their inspiration that quickly?
By all means, use them now.
If I could use mine with my strength, then
Well, but,
I
like-
could have been fucked.
It's a good point. Sometimes using the inspiration is important, even if it is early.
But it's not so important that Lazarus doesn't take a hit, though. I guess
That one is the save.
it's just 11.
Okay. So, yeah. Immediately that scent assails your nose and you feel your entire body lock up as like every part of you wants to just gag and curl over, and you find yourself paralyzed for a moment. At that same time that is happening, Nim and Dis, you open the front doors into this place, and a lot has happened since Lazarus left. Like, not even 2 minutes ago. You open the door to pandemonium. There are these weird-looking, half-rotted creatures kind of lumbering around. There are guardsmen that are just screaming and trying to fight them back. You open the door to like 6 or 7 people having an all-out brawl in this front room.
I want to immediately take Nim and just take a step back and shut the door.
Okay? You shut the door and immediately no sound.
I just want to look at the other guards there. Like, so, I think there's some trouble inside.
Yeah, kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, do you think maybe we should help out here? I think this might be all hands on deck type of thing.
The guy looks at you, and then he looks at like the 4 guys with him, and they kind of like all look at each other, and then they're just like, "This is gonna sound really bad, but we were told to guard the outside of the house." And that looks like an inside the house problem.
Whoa.
No loyalty from these guys.
Paycheck.
I can understand
to be
that.
fair, look at their master.
Yeah.
Like, in that case, can I recommend another course?
All of you get the fuck out of here.
I think what we should do, all of us, all 6 of us I'm pointing to,
Okay.
I think what we should do is just pretend everything's okay. We should just all head for our lunch. Me and Nim are gonna go get the guy from the shed. The I don't say the ring area, but I'm just like, I point over to the area.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get him. We should just all go out to the bars, grab something to eat, have a drink. I think this will resolve by the time we're back.
Meanwhile, a body just goes through the window.
Pay that no mind.
don't even worry about that. The guy, like, he sits there, and you can tell, like, he's thinking about it for a minute. And he's like, we're still supposed to guard the outside.
I come up and like, actually, I can understand that. It's your job. How about this then? How about we all head out, and then Wallace needs to see Nim and I anyhow. We're gonna go back in. We're gonna sneak through this area to Wallace's. We're gonna talk to him. We won't mention anything about you guys going. Nobody will notice. It's just, if we're not gonna help inside, I think we should just have a reason why we're not helping, you know? Helps later on when questions start getting asked.
Roll persuasion.
Doesn't my change to persuasion proficiency? It changes my roll by 3. I wouldn't have expertise yet.
No, we're gonna do that when we level up.
Fair.
Which will be soon after this.
Well, that was
14.
right down the middle.
Or wait, persuasion. 14.
Okay. The guy kind of sits there for a minute and he's thinking about it. And he's like, it's not a terrible idea. Maybe we could kind of, and at that moment when he's kind of mulling things over, whatever it was that was stopping sound from breaching the doors stops. And you start hearing this yelling and screaming coming in from inside. And a body just flies through the doors. It kicks them off their hinges the wrong direction and just blows both doors open. The guy that goes by honestly seems pretty dead. Mostly because he's in 2 pieces.
Is it a regular guard?
It seems like a regular guard. And I rolled for once for this already, but we'll do the other one. Those are some lucky or unlucky guards. So the body that is split blows both doors open, and the two chunks of man, the torso and the legs, collide with two people and just knock them off their feet and back like a good 10 feet.
After that happens, I'm just like, look at Nim, and I look at the other two guards that are still up. Yeah, so you should probably be heading out pretty quick.
Yeah, like, you don't even get halfway through that sentence, and the dude's already running.
I'm like, I'm gonna run over to the ring place quick and collect rings. Let's go.
It's not very far to get to the ring place, but we'll deal with that in a second. So, Lazarus, you're inside this room. Everything has now gone pitch black, and you don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
So, like, I just... set me up. Like, I just came in and I see the bodies and I was just like...
Yeah, you came in, you saw the bodies, and you heard this groan, and then just out of nowhere, there's just this black cloud that enveloped you, and you lose all sight.
And then this was his immediate reaction, would just be immediately backpedal into the hallway against the opposite wall.
Okay, so you start backing up as hard as you can, and you hit something. But it's not a wall. It's got a certain gooshiness to it that walls definitely don't have.
Yeah.
Roll initiative.
Yay! Right off the table.
So excited to fight, it rolled right off the table. Okay, since you can't see what's going on, I'm not going to set up any guys for you yet. How'd you roll?
14.
Okay.
What are you whispering about?
Nothing.
They're like, so if Lazarus dies, who do we replace him with?
Obviously Kenna, duh.
We burned the body.
Burn the body.
Every time I play religious characters, you're just going to get put in a funeral pyre.
It's much better.
He never would have died to these weird things.
I've never met children.
So you back up and you hit this gooey, soft, fleshy thing. And in that moment, you feel some whooshing sounds and there's kind of a groan of aggression. At least it sounds aggressive. Doesn't feel very aggressive. So yeah, you kind of back into this and you're kind of like, what the heck? And then just out of nowhere, there's these, you have that, there's a little bit of a sixth sense to fighting when you fought a lot. And you just kind of find yourself kind of bringing up the shield and you duck once and you just feel these whooshes go by. And unfortunately, you do feel two quick claws into each arm, but you only take 4 damage. And they're very, especially because of the heavier gear that you're wearing.
Superficial.
Yeah, they're very superficial wounds. But nevertheless, something in this mist is now attacking you.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
So do I feel like I've gotten into the hallway?
Judging by where you were when you entered the door and how many steps you took back, you feel like you must be.
All right. I'm just going to guess that I am basically, after stepping onto Goo Boy here, that I'm still facing the same direction. I'm just going to Misty Step left 30 feet.
Okay. So you kind of bumped into something gooey behind you, and you're just like... Okay, sounds good. So you Misty Step 30 feet that direction.
That'd be down the hallway
Down the hallway you came, okay.
Yeah.
So...
Back towards the front door.
Yeah, back towards the front door. So you kind of whoop, and you're back in a hallway.
And I can see.
Like, you can see.
Yeah.
And...
Pandemonium.
Yeah, you'll have to use your bonus action to perception check.
Okay.
Just to kind of see what's going on.
21.
Okay. So... You take a look around, you're kind of like, okay, something weird must be happening.
No, I already used my bonus action.
Oh, did you?
So I got
Okay.
Because it's Misty Step.
Then you'll have to wait until your turn's over. Unless you want to use your whole action to do it.
Dodge.
Sounds good. So you just prep.
Yep, I've just got myself out of the darkness and just trying to figure shit out.
Yeah. Do you look that direction?
Well,
Like, are you looking back at the darkness, or are you ready to just book?
No, I'm probably look back immediately to see what was interfering with my vision.
That sounds fine. So yeah, you womp over that direction, and you look, and there's this cloud of pitch black, and you stare at it for a moment, and then 3 bodies wearing rags of guard uniform, but mostly naked now, from the bloating and the size change, and they've got a different reddish tinge to their skin now. They just kind of start slowly plodding out of the cloud towards you.
Hello, beauties.
Yeah, there's 3 of them, and they're just kind of slowly moving towards you in a line. They're basically taking up the whole hallway that direction.
All right.
That's really all they can manage to accomplish in their turn, so it's your turn.
And I guess now check around.
Sure.
Bonus action to look around me.
That sounds good.
What else is going on?
Roll perception. We'll see kind of how detailed you see things.
Passive 14, I think, or 15?
Passive perception 15.
15, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of take a look around. So like that way, obviously bad. And then you look down the way you came, and down that hallway, you can see a body that's been split in half just launch past your field of vision and hit the door and blows the door off its hinges.
Huh. All right, back to these ones.
Like,
How far away from me are they?
About 30 feet.
Yeah, well, then I guess I just like...
They very barely got to shambling towards you.
Well, no, it's just I can walk 30, so I can just kind of step up.
Okay.
And there's like, between where I look down immediately, I don't see any of the zombies down the other way, minus the body.
Minus the body that just went flying that way. So yeah, you've got 3 of them in a line, basically, moving down a hallway that's only about 15 feet.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like that.
All right.
It's nothing too complicated, so I'm not going to draw too much for you, but...
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to borrow Kenna, and I'm just going to walk up, and I suppose I'm just going to go back up to the one in the center and just flatten with my hammer.
Lazarus smash.
Yeah. Let's take a swing.
Okay.
My 23 to hit the first one.
Definitely a hit.
And 19 to hit the second.
Hit.
So first level smite from the first one.
Lazarus is like, gooey things.
Yeah.
Gross.
I'm going to kill it.
I don't think they have a fiend or undead tag, do they?
They are a fiend,
Okay,
yes.
so they get an extra d8 out of that. So bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning?
Bludgeoning is
Bludgeoning.
10 bludgeoning
Okay.
and 19 radiant.
10 and 19?
Yeah, 10
Okay.
bludgeoning, 19 radiant.
All right, so Lazarus sees these 3, and he's like, I'm not going where that body just flew by. That seems way more dangerous. So I'm going to go take care of these motherfuckers. So you walk up, you stride up, you whip out the weapon, and immediately it just bursts into a glow as you get ready to smite. And you kind of bring it in sideways a little bit, and as it hits the first guy, that radiance just explodes as it impacts a fiend and does that extra damage. And you smash clean through it, ripping it in half, and right into the second guy. And both of them just crumble to the ground, leaving you with just the one guy.
Oh, well, he gets the other smack then.
Seems fair.
I guess I won't smite that one.
You're kind of like, whoa, overkill.
Alright, so just bludgeoning. Jeez, these dice rolls. Max for 11 bludgeoning.
Okay. So you're kind of like,
Yeah, save that.
that was pretty good. And you just kind of bring, down in a little bit more of a straight vertical style slash. And it concaves in the creature's skull. And it kind of wavers from side to side for a second, but it remains upright. It doesn't seem to have quite finished it off.
That's alright. I can't really do much for my bonus action against it, so I guess I just turn around.
Okay. It'll obviously try to attack you.
Yep.
So...
See if we can hit my 19.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. It also does something a little different than the ones that attacked Kenna. Not that you would know that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it leans in to bite you as well as claw you. Oh, okay. Those will both hit 21 and 20.
Yep. Those are just above me.
That moment when your dice roll almost max twice. Hopefully the the damage dice will be a little more forgiving.
Any checks for these?
No, not for these.
Okay.
And that does 14 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because of just how surprised you were and how easily you completely obliterated the other two. You're just kind of like, all right, buddy, let's go. And then, yeah, he kind of surprises you with the claw and the bite. It just gets you a little. And then it's the end of its turn, so it's your turn again.
Smack.
Yep. I assume a smack was coming.
Smackety
19
smack,
the hit.
smack.
Very much a hit.
10 damage. Bludgeoning
Okay.
from the first hit. I don't know if I need to roll the second.
No, it's totally fine. Yeah, so you're just kind of like, ow.
Yeah.
And then you just, pow, and knock its head right off.
I'm just like... I kind of like stick my hammer into the darkness and kind of make sure there's no more.
In the 2 rounds that took to resolve, the cloud has dissipated enough that it's basically dim light looking
Right,
through it, so you can see.
What's through the other side?
Doesn't seem to be anything on the other side.
Back the other way.
Okay.
Down back where I saw the door get blown open.
So we will have you follow back that way. In the meantime, Dis and Nim, you guys are heading for the keys.
That's right.
Okay, so you guys...
The rings.
Yes, sorry, the ring. I'm thinking because it's like a key shed in my head as well, so I'm just like, you're heading for the keys, Yeah, you run up that way, and some of the guards outside are already just booking it. Like, some dude just got thrown through a door. Nobody's really sticking around for that.
Yeah, I bust into the door, or I bust into the, I'm assuming the shed has a door on it.
It does.
I kick the door open.
Okay, so you just walk up, kick the door open, and there's that short, kind of homely guard that's always there. Doing this, he just kind of looks up. Yeah?
Everybody's got to get out of here. People are dying. I show him. I'm like, look, that guard used to be one guard. Now it's 2 parts of a guard.
He leans past you a little bit to look out the door, and he's like, that doesn't seem right.
No.
But, you have to sign the forms to get the rings out.
We're going to need rings for all the guards out here. We got to save everybody in there before everybody dies. We're going to need your help.
Oh, all right, let me take a look. And he kind of he pulls the drawer open. And as he does, all you see sitting in there is your guys' rings. The rest of the drawer is empty. He goes, oh, I guess they came to take away the rest while I was having a nap.
Wait, really?
But-
There's
but-
no other rings here?
But these are yours, right?
Yeah, it's our party's rings. Where are all the other ones? There was a lot more last time I looked in here.
Well,
Last time I tried to steal from you. A lot more.
Say
He's
that.
just kind of, he's just looking there like, I was kind of having a nap, and,
Listen, Wallace is gonna be... Well, if he lives through this, he's gonna be pretty pissed, so it's gonna go. Nim and I here, we're not gonna mention anything about any naps, or about these guards stealing their rings back. We're just gonna need the 4 rings here. We can sign off if you need it. I'll give you a quick signature.
he reaches out with the clipboard.
I just sign it. I just put an X on it.
Just an X.
I'm like, here you go. I'm like, now, you should get out of here. Things are dangerous.
He just kind of leans past you, and he's like, yeah? And he kind of starts getting off his stool and starts shambling his way out of the...
I take the rings. I just give Nim and I back our rings, and then I'll just I'll pocket. Actually, I'm gonna give one. I'll give Kenna's ring because I don't think the rings really matter whose they are.
Not that you've seen.
Not that we've seen so far. Other than maybe that communication might be weird, but I'll give one.
Sizing, I think, would be different. Like Lazarus's ring, I would assume, is bigger than
Yeah.
Nim's
I
ring.
think they're forming, actually.
No, remember they resized when you put them
Okay.
on.
So I'll just give you one of the rings, and I'll take the other one. I'll be like, just in case we get split up. And then I want to, after the guy leaves the room, I want to do a quick scan of the room.
Okay. Do an investigation check. And what are you looking for in particular?
2 things. Sets of rings or areas where rings might be hidden, or more importantly, historical references to the rings, or his, notes on whose rings
Okay.
are whose.
Sure.
Perception? Or
Yes.
Investigation.
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 Thick. 10. Wait.
Thick.
10.
Do you want to use your inspiration? No, I'm just kidding. So you kind of look around. The shed is pretty nondescript. There used to be, I should say, a big binder where kind of all the records were kept. But it looks like that has also mysteriously disappeared, leaving the shed fairly empty overall. It's got a little bit, there's like some notices, like, almost like, think like rules for the compound, but for whatever reason written like somebody was trying to explain them to grade schoolers. There's like a sign that says like, good guards remove all jewelry, stuff like that. Like they're just, it's weird, it's worded a little weird, but overall it's mostly just kind of stuff like that.
Any shiny things of value around?
Dis is always adept at looking for shiny things. You do see something shiny on the floor, but you realize it's just metal caps to the chair so that it doesn't scrape the floor.
Oh, fuck.
They look vaguely bronzish.
Can I do a quick scan through the drawers?
Yeah, absolutely. I included that in the. I assume
Okay.
check the drawers.
Then in that
empty.
case, we should head in then. I can't see anything else here.
Are we taking care of Wallace, or are we just saving Lazarus and Kenna and hoping the rest of shit just takes care of Wallace?
It's a good question. I think we should take care of Wallace.
All right, well, we should find Kenna and Lazarus first,
Thanks,
because
so.
they might be in danger.
Yeah, we gotta get the rings to him. Do you want to split up to do it? I think we should stick together first, actually.
Yeah, we should stick together.
Yeah.
We didn't really even peek inside, so they could be near the door.
It's true. So we should actually go see what's going on.
It's like metagaming.
We just
Nim's just smart.
No, I didn't say it was metagaming. I just enjoyed the. Yeah, we didn't even really look in there.
Honestly, we didn't even look at that guard. Could have been Lazarus.
Yeah, you really didn't even pay attention to that.
Oh shit, Lazarus is dead.
That's why it was so heavy.
Kenna, no!
Oh god.
Okay, so, you guys are making your way back towards that. Lazarus, you're making your way back towards that. And Kenna, you are desperately bat-flying your way up out of the basement. All of this culminates into a beautiful moment where Lazarus runs in from his hallway and Nim and Dis run in through the front doors and Kenna bat flies up through the door that's kind of tucked under the stairwell to get into the basement, and all of you witness the final gasp of this battle royale that's been taking place. There are dead guards everywhere. There are dead creatures everywhere. And you kind of watch as this last contingent of guards is being pushed back towards one of the hallways by this grouping of 4 of these creatures very similar to what Kenna and Lazarus have already seen. And as they're kind of being pushed out of the way, you notice that this last contingent of guards, several of them have been mortally wounded and they're beginning to kind of fall away, leaving just one man of the guards standing firm. Nim, you recognize him just as you come through the door as one of the wizards that you had a chance to talk to, and it's even the guy that gave you the scroll. And in that moment where you all breach in through the door, you just hear him yell, "In the words of a good friend, Mind Spike!" And he just lobs a fireball at this group of 4 guys. Now, you get to watch as he lobs this fireball, he too appears to have been mortally wounded, and he begins to fall. And the fireball, a little off kilter thanks to his being almost deadness, instead of landing right in the middle of these 4 mobs, it just kind of clips one as it goes off and kind of knocks a bunch of the bodies out of the room, clearing a nice area in the ballroom. As the fireball hits, it's just immediately enveloped in this one creature, and it swells and takes on a much taller form, at least twice the size of the other, as big barbed spikes begin to shoot out from its skin all over its body as its hide grows darker and tougher. And it kind of culminates in these 2 big green eyes opening, and now you have this much bigger barbed looking demon thing with 3 of its littler companions right as you all rush into the room.
Holy shit, it's a bat!
Hi! Also, whoa, what is that?
Roll initiatives.
Kill the bat!
Kill the bats!
Tentacle bat.
It's dangerous.
That's when you know Dis is taking things seriously. Kill the bat. There's got to be something fucked up with it. It looks totally normal.
Kill the bat.
Not a 20 out of 20 bat.
Can you see?
It's like
it's
one of
obviously
those,
not Kenna. It's
one
not
of those
a
Zelda
beautiful bat.
dungeons where the one bat's holding the one key.
That's right. Okay, so the ballroom, as we've talked about before, is quite large. There is this central staircase that we will say is basically right here. So there's a staircase that leads up. The rest of this pad is that room. So Kenna, where's your... This is you, right?
No, another one.
Damn it.
I'm the tall one. He's
You
the
come
short
out
one.
right here. This is a banistered railing, so it's not that you can't see past it, it's just the bar, the banister style of the posts and that kind of stuff.
I'm flying, so like...
Lazarus, you came out over here, somewhere around there,
Those two.
and the two of you came in through the door right here.
And where's the thing?
Right down there.
Here's these little guys. And the guy that got clipped
Oh, Jesus.
is this guy.
Oh, he's not that big. We fought bigger.
Oh, just wait.
Okay.
He's gonna start absorbing the little ones. Kill the little ones first.
Huh? Maybe that is what you should do. How could I say?
I mean,
We don't know. Is it a focus the ads battle or ignore the ads battle?
don't use resources on the ads, they're weak.
Or do use resources on the ad. They're weak, they need to die first.
Well, yes, but no.
Could go either way.
Obviously, Mind Spike is not an effective choice.
So long as you don't hit it with them, maybe nearby.
That's what Nim gets for teaching people his weird habits.
He fucked us. He fucked us good.
God damn.
I'd fuck me first.
Okay, last thing I promise, just gotta roll their initiatives. Okay. Where's your dex? So that is for you, and your dex is lower.
So far away from you guys.
Okay, so, over 20.
22.
22.
Who wants to go first?
It's not my fault.
No, just who's going first?
I think you go first.
Alright, I'll go. And then
Okay. And Lazarus, sorry, what was your roll?
22.
22. And then Nim, you were also 22.
Yep.
Okay, and then that.
I'm sure
Uh-oh,
you're higher
that.
than I am.
Maybe. I'm 18.
18?
I am.
10.
Okay. Yeah, so this.
We want the healer to go last, though.
Yeah, it's fine. Do you know what? The one thing I can give my dice, although sometimes they don't always roll nice, they always get my initiative rolls pretty bang on.
It's true. Kenna, what was your roll? 10?
10.
10.
God, is this the first time Lazarus has rolled over 20 initiative?
Yeah.
It may very well be. I was certainly surprised when you beat the mob. Alright, let me, is it still reading me okay when I stand up? There'd be a lot of moving around, so.
Should be fine.
I mean, you can kind of just...
Yeah, kinda. Hello out there? Everybody reading me? Okay. So, that is the scene that you walked into as this started. Now, it's time to act. So...
Some of us flew into the scene.
Yeah, sorry. Some of us identify as bats.
Yeah.
We're
Just batting around over here.
Okay, so Lazarus, you are first.
Alright. I'm gonna walk up there first. And then I'm gonna club the one in the middle.
Okay, so Lazarus runs forward right into the fray. He doesn't care that there's a big demon and 3 littler corpse-looking demons.
Yeah, but I just smacked those ones.
Yeah, he's going in to deal with this problem. So he runs in, gets right up in front of the one on the left, and takes a swing at the one in the middle, the little guys.
Little guy.
All right, give him a shot.
17 to hit.
That is a hit.
And 23 to hit.
Both are hits.
Let me do. I think I just smacked them, right? Yeah, I'll give it a first level smite. Bludgeoning 7
Okay.
and 16 radiant.
Okay. 23 in total. Okay, so you bring out your big. I don't know why I keep forgetting what weapon you use.
It's a warhammer.
See, I keep having hammer in my head, but then I'm like, but was that what it was supposed to be? Anyway, you take out the hammer, it once again glows with that radiant light, you swing into the guy and it takes that extra damage as it flares in, and you just completely, with a warhammer, you split him crotch to head.
Nice.
Unfortunately, it's not quite enough to really spread around to anybody else,
That's
but
fine.
nevertheless, you eviscerate that little puddly goo creature in the middle.
Okay, well then I guess the one that's immediately in front of me gets the other one.
Okay, so the one on the left will get the other one.
That was the 23 they hit. I guess I'll not smite this one.
Okay.
For 8 bludgeoning.
Okie dokie. Yeah, so in a little bit, especially for Dis and Nim, who are right at the front door and get like a full front view to this, the second hit's not as impressive. He mostly just kind of clubs it from shoulder downwards and seems to kind of crunch one of its arms, but it's still alive.
Crunch.
Yeah. Anything else, Lazarus?
I haven't used bonus. I just activate Tunnel Fighter, I guess.
The tail comes up, and you're like, you're ready. You're like, move past me, bitches. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll take us to Nim.
What do? So many options.
I can just imagine little Nim at the door just being like, I mean, he knows Fireball doesn't work. It's like half his spells.
Chromatic orb can be any element.
Well, I mean, that is true. That is definitely true.
I think what Nim's going to try to do, because he has a bad feeling about this giant guy,
Okay.
so I want to polymorph him. I want to polymorph the giant guy.
Okay.
Or try to, at least.
How does polymorph work again? It's a saving throw, right?
It's a wisdom save.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping they're not super wise.
Well, I'm hoping it doesn't super absorb your magic, too.
What are you trying to polymorph it into?
A sheep.
Sheepstick.
Okay. So, you raise your hands and you shout, whatever.
Beep, beep, you're a sheep!
And immediately,
That's right.
the creature, this big demon covered in spikes, kind of looks over at you, and the polymorph, it just hits. And it starts to take effect, like you watch it start to kind of shrink, and the wool starts to appear, and then it just kind of shudders, and it grows back to regular size, and is just covered in wool now.
Oh god.
He's flammable.
Somebody shoot a fire arrow!
Can't use fire
Well, also some of you are bats.
at the moment.
Bats can't use fire at all.
This is true.
The bat is also very far away. Can't even catch up to where they are.
You got 60 feet movement normally.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't want to be right beside.
Well,
I'm concerned now. Because that...
I mean, we did just watch
Super
Nim.
happy about next turn.
God damn it, Nim.
Scared.
How empowered could he be by sheep?
It's still a fourth
Let's
level
find out.
spell. You used one of your strongest.
Well, yeah. I didn't know he absorbed
You didn't
all
know.
magic.
We don't know what he absorbs.
No, we don't.
Alright. Just to deflect some of the heat off Lazarus, Nim's going to approach a little bit.
Oh, no.
Moves up one space.
I'm helping Lazarus.
That is like the best choice of words.
He did move up closer than one space, everyone.
That's true. He had some balls to get up there.
It's true.
Don't worry, Lazarus, I got you, buddy.
Yeah, like, Nim doesn't know. Kenna saw it absorb a healing spell. Lazarus saw it absorb something else. Y'all saw it absorb a fireball. He didn't know. Okay. Is that the end of your turn, Nim?
Yep.
I hope this is like a reflect thing where now he casts polymorph on against all of us.
Oh, that would be mean and way stronger than the mob I built. But a fun idea.
I'm just.
I'll put that in my back pocket.
You recorded that we were being sheep, so maybe we were all going to become sheep.
No, it's funny though. I actually did like have a special attack planned if somebody tried to polymorph into a sheep. Just because I figured that was pretty likely.
Your attacks are magical.
Okay. Nim, I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
+5.
Lazarus, you're right there as well, so you as well.
Okay.
We're gonna go with,
You roll a 13.
actually, yeah, I guess I don't need to go, like,
No,
extreme
you
with it.
get +5 from Lazarus too.
Yeah, which is +9, so, yeah, we'll go with a 22.
Okay.
Why?
I should have just given it to Lazarus and I should have rolled.
Wait, you cast magic on your weapon when you...
Well, the smites, yeah, but it might be the deal for Radiant.
Demons are usually weak to Radiant.
I have a clause that deals extra damage to them too.
Well, weak is a poor choice of words. D&D has a very specific
They take
meaning
additional.
of the word. It only your ability makes them take additional. You haven't noticed your attacks doing double damage like you would if they were actually weak to it.
No, I know that. I guess I'll just leave it then. What kind of is this dex?
Yes.
11.
Okay. You will take full damage.
Sure.
Nim, you will take half damage. So,
Is this spell based?
it is.
I say so. Quarter for Nim, half for Lazarus.
You spread that to him as well?
What?
I'm just making sure that the aura gives him the reduction from magical damage as well.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So, I'll just tell you what the flat damage is, and you can figure out your own math.
Okay. Yep.
So, the creature, kind of cocks its head to one side and looks right at Nim, who cast magic at it and is still alive, unlike the other guy, and raises one spiked hand above its head, and a fireball appears there. And it kind of grows just enough that it'll encompass the two of you, and then he kind of, shakes the rest of his body, and all of that wool rubs against the spikes, and a bunch of electricity channels up his hand into the ball. And he just goes, pow, and hits both of you with it.
Is it split damage? Fire?
It would be, yeah. So it's 18 fire damage and 10 lightning damage.
Okay, so I eighth the lightning then.
Like I said, do your own math.
Alright, so I take 3 lightning.
Sorry, so 18 fire and 10 lightning.
So I just 1/4 of 28, so I just take 7 damage.
So I took 9.
Okay.
And you still take the lightning, unless he negates it completely from you.
No, because I added it up to, I take 1/4 of 28.
Yes, sorry, you're right.
So that should be 7. Yeah.
Yep, sounds good.
That's hard math, guys. Good job.
Yeah, and then it just kind of... It
Well,
seems to
we
kind
got
of...
you.
It just kind of settles in there, and it seems fairly pleased with itself, honestly.
Does it see that light did literally nothing to either of us?
It still seems pretty pleased with itself.
Alright. We just got wall stacked.
Yeah, we'll static. It's good stuff. Okay. So, that will take us to Dis's turn. Go get him, Dis!
Not one to be shown up by Nim, that's for sure.
It's like, what, he gets to make the mob stronger? I'm gonna give it darkness!
Swear to God.
Dancing lights.
5, 10, 15,
He did
20,
promise to
20,
dancing lights the hell out of these mobs.
I'm gonna cunning action dash.
Okay.
Bonus action dash. Let's go here.
Okay. Where
These
did you
two
take
guys
the
are in my...
dash?
Or wait, hold on. I'm actually gonna be here without the dash.
Okay, because I was gonna say you didn't dash very far.
No. I can still attack this dude.
Yeah, the red guy. Or the little guy.
Lazarus already booped him once.
Okay. I'm just gonna straight up attack him. Or... Shit.
Maybe it actually is better to use your dash. You get one attack on the mob, one attack on the mini.
Okay, I'm going to... Shit. The distances are just making this complicated. Okay. I'm going to move here with the bonus action dash.
Okay.
I'm going to attack the ray gun.
Okay, the one that, the little guy that Lazarus had already hit.
Fuck. This is difficult.
Can you-
I just got to think of my sneak attack rolls.
Yeah, you guys try to get the sneak attack in the big one. Maybe?
Yeah, but it's a matter of how.
Please stand by.
It's weird because this changes a little bit across the changing. So his sneak from regular rogue. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna attack the ray gun.
Okay, the little guy that Lazarus had already hit.
Yeah.
I have to keep doing that because people that are listening can't see the colors.
Back. That was a 20.
Yeah, definitely a hit.
Okay. Sneak attacking. Sneak attacking.
Sneak.
Yeah. Should be.
D6s, where are you at? All my D6s, get out.
Okay. Just gotta make sure. Oh my god! I keep having to check stuff. Like, wait.
It's been a little while since we had full-on brawls, so...
Okay. Alright, I figured out my numbers. Almost.
I'm almost ready, guys.
I'm almost, I swear, I'm almost ready. Okay. 10, 15, 18 damage.
Okay.
Slashing. Or piercing, sorry.
Okay. So, you run up, and again, not to be outdone by Nim, you run up with your blades, and you slide past, you kind of make it look like you're gonna go past the little guy with the sprint, and then just immediately you turn on a dime and just slash him right up through the middle. And when you first hit, there is some resistance there. Like, you feel like, oh, that's a lot more effort than I usually have to, and you feel like your damage is getting halved. But it's still enough, and you just rip it from V-Day, and it just kind of bifolds and falls to the sides.
I'm going to use my movement now to go here. So, 25. Actually, can I do that? This is 30.
And then you sprinted.
To go 10.
And then back.
So that's 20. 25, 30.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that works. So yeah, I'm going there. And I'll end my turn there.
Okay. So you kind of run past the one, split back, rip it apart, and then you kind of just dodge around the now woolly, barbed, demon-looking thing, and just kind of slip between it and the other guy, the other little guy. Okay. Sounds good. Speaking of the little guy, he very much, like, the little one's very slow and just kind of is like, watching you kill shit. And then he just sees that you go behind him and he's just kind of like, and kind of like comes at you with the claws and the bite. We will see if this can hit Dis, who is often coined as the unhittable Batman. That's probably going to keep that reputation pretty good. That's like a 9 and a 11.
Miss. I'm gonna rip his A.
Okay. Use the reaction to strike back.
And I'm sneak attacking.
Can you sneak attack on a reaction if you use...
Yep, it's a different turn.
Yep, that sounds good. Oh, right, because you can just use it over and over again anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no stipulation to sneak attack other than you can only use it once per turn. But this is not my turn. So
Yeah.
it works.
It's a mob's turn.
Okay, so first I have to make the attack. Let's go. That's 24.
Definitely a hit.
And then you get this and sneak attack. Okay, so for the precision, or not precision, rip is a big 3 damage.
Okay, solid 3.
Oh, including the Ripazay damage, it's 19 damage in total?
Okay.
Yeah. Those are all rolls.
Okay, so this slow guy, he kind of follows you as you're killing the guys, and then he turns around to see you behind him. And he goes to make the claw attack, and you just duck right under both claws, and then you just whip the blade out and just kind of poke him in the stomach. And there is that same resistance, and you're just kind of like, eh. But you get a pretty good, stomach wound out of it. There's some blood and some black substance dripping out of it.
Yeah.
Slight complication. You poke him, starts bleeding, that black goo starts dripping out of him, and then he just kind of pops. And you find yourself shrouded in darkness.
Oh my god. Magical darkness?
Yes. The magical darkness.
Yeah, you can't see the magical darkness.
It's usually only, demons and stuff that can see through magical darkness. The darkness is, so he died right there, so it's here, here.
In the middle of that guy.
In the middle
So,
of
yes.
this guy. And... here. So yeah, you're... Not that you would know it, but you're just inside of it. Hasn't had a chance to spread out as much as it did with Kenna. Okay, so yeah, that's the only downside. You kind of poke him and you're like, yeah! And then he's just kind of like... And then you can't see anything. For those of you that are outside, you just watch Dis, the mob, and a part of this bigger demon just get swallowed up in this big black cloud that seems to obstruct your view of them. Because of the way that it was released on you, though, you don't have to con save. You're not paralyzed or anything like that. Okay, that was the end of the mob's turn, so last one is Kenna. Bat Kenna, way over there.
Very far away.
Yeah, Kenna's still, kinda under the stairs and is a good, 60 feet away from the party if she could just fly right over, which she can because she's a bat.
I'm further than 60.
Is it?
Well, I guess I just don't want to be right on top of
So
the party.
That's true.
So. I've dealt with the ooze.
I was gonna be you have to go over the banister, but it's pretty decorative and giant bats aren't that big, so I assume you just kind of fly through the bars of the banister staircase.
I mean, I could just sideways,
Yeah, it's kind of what I figured.
That's
so
what
I'm
I
not gonna
imagined
worry
in my
about it.
head.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
worry
if
about
not, I can go back a spot to get over the banister.
it. Nah, it's totally fine. Alright, so Bat Kenna flies through the staircase banister and gets out to kind of near the rest of the party, but a little off to the side.
And then drop form.
Okay, so you poof, and it's Kenna, yay!
I'm not scary. Don't kill me.
Just couldn't hit you anyway. He's experiencing some nighttime problems.
probably thinks it's cozy.
Well, it's better than the unnatural light. If it didn't smell so bad, it might be pretty tolerable.
No, it's like, I think dropping form's like dropping concentration.
Yeah, it doesn't take an action or a bonus action to drop form. It just kind of happens.
Okay. Didn't like my heal. I really don't have any weapons. I don't know if I summon animals, if that will be bad. So, I'm going to try something else that could be bad.
I like it. Go on.
So I'm going to cast Moonbeam. And my center point is literally the middle of the monster, so he should just be engulfing the 5.
Read Moonbeam
radius.
for me.
Oh, that's a long read.
Yeah. A silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, centered on a point within range. Until the spell ends, dim light fills the cylinder. When a creature enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flame that causes searing pain, and it must make a con save. It takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of extra crap it does, but that's probably
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, that's
What was the
short end.
radius?
It's 5 feet. So,
So it's
Okay, so
literally, the
just
middle
creature.
point of him, so it's just him.
Okie dokie. So, you raise your hands and you shout out for Moonbeam, whatever.
Give me the moon!
Give it to me! All right. This dim light, or this dull moonlight, hits down. The creature will roll to save against it.
Because it is a technically light spell going into a darkness, magical darkness. Does that extinguish it?
How much light does it say it gives off?
It just is like a
It's a dim light.
dim light fills a cylinder.
Usually magical darkness is only expelled by like daylight or brighter lights.
But
that
he's
being
not
said,
totally in
But that's
it.
him casting
Yeah.
a level 3 or something every time?
Yeah. If you're trying to get rid of like the regular
Oh,
darkness spell, yeah. What level's Moonbeam?
Second.
Okay.
Same level as darkness.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily bright, but it's also not exactly the darkness spell. We'll see what you can see when your turn starts. I think I know what I'll do with it. In the meantime, it's going to try to save against it. You do notice that when the beam hits it, it initially is just kind of like grinning to the rest of the party. Not that you would see it, it's kind of facing away from you. But as it realizes that the fire is radiant, kind of changes to a little bit more of a look of concentration, and you do see its body shimmer ever so slightly, like it's got some sort of defense against magic. But that doesn't stop it from having to roll. It just has advantage. That is wisdom. Is the
Con.
Con? Okay. Con is 20.
It succeeds.
Okay.
So it's gonna take 6 damage.
Okay.
6 radiant.
6 radiant damage.
And much like Lazarus, it doesn't seem to have taken any extra damage from the radiant, but it also didn't seem capable of absorbing it.
Okay. And that's concentration, so... hold
It'll
on.
just keep hitting it when it starts its turn there.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
And then... just to be safe, I'm a bonus action Shalele.
Shalala.
Shalala.
Okay, you bring out your bat, and once again we see the blue barbed wire created by your shillelagh. Okay, that is the end of the round, and we're right up on a break, so I'll give everybody a chance to kind of decompress before we start the next round. We'll be back. Wow, what a cliffhanger! I wonder what's going to happen next time. Seriously, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening in. If you liked what you heard, share us with your friends. If you hated what you heard, share us with your enemies. Seriously, though, like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll find out what happens to Double Doubles and Dragons next time.